Hello again, and welcome to Reflections for a Thirsty Soul. Hey, we were having some technical difficulties, so I was talking, Amaju couldn't come on, and then I realized too that the sound wasn't working. So 20 minutes or so into it, there's no sound, so we had to restart. So here we are. This is Reflections for a Thirsty Soul, and today we're doing straight talk. So we do straight talk, we do the book chat based on the book Reflections for a Thirsty Soul, then we do the woman's heart, and then Pearly Nuggets. So right now we're going to be talking about investing in yourself. So when we say investing in yourself, what comes to your mind, Amaju? Just give me a second.
Well, investing in myself is maybe, let's say, investment. Trying to pay for your tuition, maybe. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I had to mute
Okay.
and do something.
All right. Paying for your tuition, maybe. Investing money in yourself by maybe taking care of yourself, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't get the topic invest yourself to search about it. So this is coming from my own mind.
Okay.
Spending money on your body, maybe. Let's say, grooming yourself, going to the spa like I do, changing your hair, or buying, taking a vacation, find time for yourself. That is all. These are all investing in yourself. Getting knowledge, acquiring knowledge. Going to school or putting yourself into putting money into something that will boost you up. That will put you into a different standard. It's all about investing in yourself.
Yes, it's exactly that. So I just hate what happened with that other live, because I was talking about some interesting things. It's exactly that, investing in yourself. Okay. It's not a risk. Like I got a lot of information from online, so it says it's not a risk. It pays. It always pays to acquire knowledge or skills. It's never a risk. But for some of us, it might be because we feel that if we change too much, it will change our dynamic, our circles. And that's only because that if you are not fully accepting of yourself or believing in yourself, then you allow people to influence you. And then you won't make that change, or you don't want to get out of your comfort zone. But if you really, really want to do it, it is a great thing to do. Like you said, developing your skills, acquiring knowledge, all that stuff.
Yeah, just as I made myself as an example last week by saying, from the bus, I decided to get a driving license. So I have to learn it, go into it. Paying for tuition to learn driving, you have to pay for driving school. And then you have to pay to go take the test. And if you fail, you have to pay again. All these are you investing in yourself because you want to do something different, right? Yeah.
So, and it says too that, it's developing your skills. Like, I was saying the thing that back home when I was growing up, all I knew is parents wanted their kids to be lawyers, doctors, whatever. But today, if you say you want to be a mechanic, is it accepted? I don't know. You want to be a carpenter, is it accepted? I don't know. But these are things like you need to broaden your horizon and look at other aspects of life. And if you say you want to go as
Mm-hmm.
seamstress, oh, seamstress, look, there's fashion designers who are raking in money. So whatever is your passion, something, you invest in yourself and get that going. And also it says you have to explore your creative side. Like you can learn a new language. And I had made a comment that I've always liked the French language because, well, in Ghana, you have to learn French anyway in school. So grade 4. And then when I came here, I picked it up off and on. Even through work, I did some French language training. But the last 3 years, I've put it to the side and become lazy because of, you know, writing the book and all that stuff. And I'm saying that when I'm traveling from here and going to Ghana, when I hit Europe, I see the difference. No disrespect to anybody, but like the people in Europe, when you're on the plane with them and things like that, they seem more,
I'm good.
they have a broader perspective because they are stuck in
Mm-hmm.
a situation where they have to learn 2, 3 different languages. Some even
Languages.
speak 4. So it's
Yeah.
very like it's very you can tell that when people are but unfortunately here we
My
even have
dad,
a problem with the
the
French
man,
and English.
yeah, the man who gave birth to me was trilingual. I think my dad speaks both French and English fluently and Spanish as well.
Yeah, my dad spoke
And he
French too.
wanted to do, okay, so he wanted to do that to me. So I think back home, if I look around me, I will call
Mhm.
myself the fortunate one that have a friend teacher that even have to come home to teach me. But was I paying attention? Was I paying attention? No, I would just fool around until the man will get tired and go on to one day my dad just said, you know what, you're not being serious. Enough. He stopped paying the man and he wasn't coming anymore. I got
Yeah.
to Quebec and I worked. And as much as I worked, I I just wish she was there for me to just say, "Oh,
Hmm.
Daddy, this one is for you."
Hmm.
So as much as I work, I still have to go pay for my own tuition to study and
See?
have it back. So I learned
Yeah.
the hardest way. Another advantage I didn't take. We have access to a car. I would have taken advantage of learning. One of my brother was very much, let me teach you how to drive. Step on it and go. But
Mhm.
I just feel like being a car owner. I'm at the back.
Yes.
Just drive me and let go. And when I
Yes.
get to Canada, I have to pay for that one myself too.
This is the thing. This is the thing. You see, there's a lot. I have a friend who,
Yeah.
and I haven't even gotten to that stage, but she said she's from Sierra Leone. She said, I don't remember if she said her father, but they made sure that she knows how to change the oil, change tires, do this, do that, those things.
That
But
was
as
good for her.
your volume seems a bit low. I hear you, but you seem far away.
Oh, okay.
So it's like today, let me tell you something funny that I saw on Facebook. The Australian High Commissioner, right?
Yeah.
uh he he got exposed to somebody who had COVID, so he's in quarantine right now. And then he
All
shows a
right.
picture of him at his home mowing the lawn. And so he thanks the he thanks the garden boy and the garden crew for allowing him to do their work. And some of these
Okay.
things we are talking about, and so somebody wrote that up. Somebody said, oh, I admire you so much. Humility, the leaders have to learn from this. And somebody wrote that abroad is like that. We mow our own lawn, and there's a lot of things that we didn't do ourselves, and then you come here and you have to pay for it to get done, or you learn it
Yes.
yourself.
Yes.
It's like
I
my oldest
I I,
daughter.
I yeah.
People
Mm-hmm.
learn how to knit and all that. I didn't, but she just learned how to do it. And then she said, oh, she wanted to knit a toque for
Mm-hmm.
her nephew. So she had to buy the round, like a circular
She
kind of
got the
thing.
thing.
And
Mm-hmm.
she's done it. And if we were sitting back
Mm-hmm.
there, we'll say, oh, this we've compartmentalized everything. The garden boy does this, the sewer does this, the painter does this, but Here you come, you're a jack of all trades. You paint your house yourself. You do this, you do that, right? So that's called expanding yourself. Mm.
Yes. Uh-huh. Yes.
Even me, I
Moving
went with her
well,
2 3 weeks, maybe it's a month now. We bought a crochet pin that I have to learn how to crochet, but we haven't started because I'm too busy. So
you
it's,
will love it. You will love it. You love it. It's something funny. Just recently, I love the using the thread and the needle to design my clothing, especially if I'm bored and I'm not reading. Those are the little things I do. And not knowing my son was watching, he was like, "Oh, mommy, you did that? Can you teach me how to do it?" So those are things that we know
and
one way or
somebody's
the
doing this
other
in a
today we
billionaire
do.
pamaja. Yeah.
They will find something. Like I said, there was a whole lot of good things that we saw so wrongly. We are talking about mechanics. When you talk about Ghana, a lot of people are mechanics, which they didn't even wanted to do. A lot
Mhm.
of carpenters, which they did not even wish to become do. Because if
Can
you
you
are
speak
very
a little
unfortunate,
louder?
whoa, I think
Yeah,
I
I
should
hear you, but
adjust the
I
here.
see you there, but you just seem far away.
Okay, is it better now? Is
Just
it
talk,
better?
just talk. Well, talk
Okay,
is I hear you. Mhm.
okay. uh, a lot of people are seamstress they which they were not supposed to. I think a lot of people are in different professions that they were not supposed to be, just like
Supposed to.
situation placed them there. It's not like something. We live in a country whereby it have to be something you are born to do, something you wish you were doing. So when you are doing it, you do it with pride, with joy,
Mhm.
with everything that comes with it. And even if it was a choice that you decided, okay, this is the place I want to be, you have acquired the knowledge about this. So when you are doing it, you do it wholeheartedly, 100%. But a lot of people are seamstress back home. They didn't want to be seamstress. They are hairdressers. They didn't want to be hairdressers. They're
Mhm.
mechanic that they didn't want to. One way or the other situation put them, or that was the only thing that was available. And when we are
Mhm.
learning, we don't even, I would say most will not learn it well. So this
Mhm.
is what brought us to where we are today. And a lot of opportunities too that we got we
Mhm.
couldn't take. For example, I have an access to learn how to change oil. I didn't do it. I have to learn it the hardest way. I
Mhm.
have an access to drive. I didn't do it, and I have to do it the hardest way.
Mhm.
And if you are somebody that see things from a different level, you say, I wish I would have, but I'm glad I know now.
Mhm.
Rather than you just sitting there not thinking that, oh, I
Yeah.
don't know how to do it. So you wouldn't at all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. And so even it's saying that some of the things that it say explore your creative side. So learn a
Exactly.
language. You can
Hmm.
write a book or you can explore like maybe, oh, I want to go bird watching. I want to do photography,
Exactly.
whatever. Or do something new, like learn how to draw or to
Hmm.
sculpt something,
Yeah.
right? It's like a lot of us say that we are not artists, but one Christmas we had to go do this painting thing and we painted.
Yes.
So, and then it says
You
nurturing your
most
mind.
most of
Investing in yourself
most of
means
the
nurturing your
paintings,
mind and body.
right.
So you expand the mind by reading.
Hmm.
Read. That's how you learn.
Like,
You can even explore like music, classical music, whatever, traveling. Go,
yes.
travel, do something. Open your mind, engage different points of view. And this is where in the first video I was saying that this engaging different points of view. We all can't agree. So for people like this, investing in yourself that we are talking about is called personal development, personal growth. Some have invested in themselves, paid people to do this work,
Hmm.
and others don't want to do that work. But you open, when your mind is open, you can have a discussion with somebody and agree to disagree. So I was
Awesome.
saying that right now elections are coming, and you go to a lot of Facebook lives or whatever, and you see the level of engagement there is very low because people are just insulting each other back and forth. You are talking, we don't know how to handle constructive criticism. We take
No.
it as a personal attack. And
Yes.
so and so it's like, because you are attacking my candidate, then you're against me. And then I
Exactly.
have to insult you. That is not a developed mind. That a mind,
Yeah.
the mindset is stuck. It's very sad to watch. It's very, very sad to watch.
Ours is very pathetic, Auntie. Yeah, ours is very, very pathetic story because I don't see the reason why, if I do not agree with you, I should be your enemy. And how we made it up to this point, I just don't get it.
Hey,
Because right from our school days, we all know that, let's say, for example, when you put a mathematics on the board, we all have a different way of solving it. Once we get
mhm,
the same answer, we get there. So meaning you shouldn't see things necessarily from my
the
point of
same
view
way. Yeah.
view before you understand me. But for why I was turned into a different story, well,
Mhm.
that is something that
It's very, we're
definitely
very
is very
narrow-minded,
questionable.
very
Yeah.
narrow-minded. And this is the year 2020. And if you're
Yeah.
a woman, it's even worse. They will insult you. Oh, useless woman, go and sleep. What are you talking
Ah,
about? Foolish woman, you know? And it's disturbing. It's quite
it is.
disturbing, right?
It is.
It's disturbing. And so also, your mind, how you grow your mind, like what happened, you
Just
know? And you need to active lifestyle, engaging your mind and your body. So self-care, taking care of your body, like we were saying. Today, my back was hurting, so I went for a massage. And like you need to do these things, take care of
yes.
yourself, go for
Yeah.
walks, do whatever exercise
Yeah.
regimes, or
Mm-hmm.
even do a spa date with your girlfriend or whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
And also like going to workshops or networking events, whatever it is. If you're somebody who's into cooking and something is going on and there's going to be cooking up, or you go there and you meet other people,
Yeah,
right?
contribute, have a
Other
different
writers, whatever
conversation,
it is. If there's people
different
who are
mind.
making quilting, expand your horizons. Don't The thing is that don't just stay the same. And we see a lot of these things that we are people who have come from somewhere to this environment and we don't make any change. We're just still the same, sitting in our same circles, putting people down, insulting people. But let's make some progress. What can we learn? It's not about us alone, it's about our children and the generations coming after us. We got to help them.
Auntie, on the smart choice program last Tuesday, I was telling the ladies that we talk and talk. We don't offer solutions to what we talk about. And I've put it in my mind that anytime we are having this conversation, I'll be throwing in solutions in there.
Hmm.
Like just as you said, meet people and all that. If you go to work and you come back home and you are tired and you sleep, you get up and you
Hmm.
go. Your life just become only just work and come home, work and come home. So you will not
Hmm.
see any activities around you to get yourself involved with.
Hmm.
So if you are hearing me and this will be something that is somewhere you just go to work and come back home, I will
Hmm.
encourage you to look into activities that goes around on your libraries. Go to
Hmm.
libraries normally have a lot of informations and what
Yes.
goes on around the town. So you can go there and pick up whatever brochures and look into it. You see a whole lot
Mhm.
of activities there and you can get yourself involved into.
Even online, you can look.
Exactly.
When you look, they'll show you.
Well, that is if it will be because it's not everybody. Technology is quite wide, but I've realized a whole lot of people too are still staying out of it. They are doing all
Mhm.
they could possible to stay out of it. A lot of
But you know
people.
something, Amajo, you know something? That is where it's really sad too, because even the library, I know that there were certain times the library was offering, I don't know if it still goes on, but in
Mhm,
the past, when
mhm.
I'd look online, sometimes they offer some of these technology and yeah, I,
Yes.
I I understand what, sometimes we find it difficult or we find it hard. We always
Mhm,
something is, I myself, I'm still learning, but I
mhm,
worry about people who won't even make the effort, right?
mhm.
But you're getting left behind in a
Yeah,
way.
exactly. So if you are just those type and you think you don't know what is going on around you, then you just have to get yourself involved. Start from the library somewhere and look
Hmm.
into their brochures or stuff that are there
Hmm.
and see what
Hmm.
goes on and just participate and get involved. Because
Yeah,
until you are involved, you don't know. When I got to this
yeah.
town, I was looking around because when I was in Saskatchewan, I just saw myself to be I'm only there and in a certain period I'll get away anyway.
But as soon as I made a friend, oh, this is what is going on. You want to come over to see? So you follow the person, you realize that, oh, there's a lot that is going on. So you realize you are not even alone. and
Mm-hmm.
and and I'm saying library because it's a place that you can just walk in and just ask anything at all. You just
Yes,
have to
yes,
find your way to get there and ask
yes.
anything at all that goes around your community and around your
Mm-hmm.
area, and you
Mm-hmm.
see what goes on and you can
Mm-hmm.
just get involved. It's an
Yeah.
eye opener. It's a place where you get a chance to, they will introduce you a whole lot of things that you might not have an idea at all.
Yes.
And so, in that case, your life is not boring. If you join those groups, there's a lot you learn from. We are in Canada, for example, we are very, very multicultural country whereby you meet a whole, came to Canada and heard about a whole lot of countries that I never heard of when I was in Ghana.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you there is what they eat, what they cook. You can have a cooking program
Yeah.
where everybody is teaching what they have, what you can
Mm-hmm.
do, what you can bring to the table. It gets you involved, and if you have little ones, it gives you the
Mm-hmm.
opportunity and for you to learn craft and stuff like that
Yes.
that you can also learn
Yes.
to go help your children with, get your children involved in that,
Mm-hmm.
then you do it together. We turn out to be people that just sit back and don't participate in anything,
Well,
and
even if
because
we
of that
do,
we don't know.
we only go to things in our own homes. Have you noticed what I've noticed is that when you go into like the Canadian settings and there's any activity, some a program going on, they always make sure that the kids are taken care of. They have
Yes,
a time
everybody
for
is
the kids.
involved.
Us,
Yeah.
it's like we are tired. We get there and our kids are left on their own, playing and
They are
shouting,
talking.
and some are
Yeah.
even getting bullied, and we don't even know.
No,
You
the
know?
thing is, you see, if you are having a program, another thing we are lacking. If you're having a program and we know children will be attending, we have activity table aside for the children too. In that case, somebody can also come and teach them, or they can get themselves involved and busy. But I
Hmm.
realize that anytime we do get together, we tend to forget about the children altogether, and they'll be just sitting
Yeah,
there. And a few
chat
places
and
that
do
I've been, I would
whatever.
just turn out to be a teacher telling the children stories until I realized that it's because we don't make plans and add children along it. Let's say you're
No,
having a party at home. We don't put another activity aside that these people,
no,
there might
no.
be children. So those are things we don't do. And I'm
And
also
it's
saying
almost
it's not
like
like
there's
I
there's a
know.
little bit of a selfish angle to it. Like all the adults want to socialize with the adults, so who is going to go be with the kids?
Exactly, exactly. And it's because it's not something that we do. That's why we don't know it. But if you get yourself in these communities activities, that's why you
Mhm,
have an open mind and get
mhm.
yourself involved. I
Yeah.
know all these things that I'm talking about. That was because when I was single, I didn't know anything about community soccer for children. I wasn't even thinking of, my mind wasn't
Mhm,
there. But as soon
mhm.
as I became a mother, I realized that there's a lot I have to learn. I decided to get myself involved, and this is where I am. If I have if I have a program in my house, or if I'm going somewhere, even if I'm going to church, I have backpack for my children. You have papers in it that you should be drawing
Yes.
instead of you disturbing. You have something though, just for me to
Mhm.
get you busy, for you to know you are also here. And if I'm
Yeah.
having a home party, I make sure I
Mhm,
have a special table for children. They have There is art.
mhm,
I will put painting over there, paint,
mhm,
draw. If you want to draw, draw. If you want to write, write.
mhm.
We have to start learning those things
Yeah.
and putting them into
Mhm,
our table just to get our
mhm,
children involved. I deal with the
mhm.
man can do
Well,
my career, my
but
career.
I was like,
Yeah.
it's you're kind of saying, I don't know.
It,
Like I was saying that, some of these things that we're talking about, plus there's
mhm,
free workshops, some stuff
mhm,
you have to pay for, and even
mhm.
you can start a side hustle, something, you know, and also learn to boost your health and wellness.
Yes.
So there's just like when we're talking about investing in yourself,
Mhm.
it's a whole gamut of things.
Yes, it is.
It can be that you're trying to train yourself to get some new skills or knowledge, or even live a new life, like
Yes.
get more involved in the community, get into workshops. You need to get rid of
Mhm,
toxic friends. You need to find a mentor.
mhm,
Choose friends wisely, right? Read
mhm.
books. Visit positive websites that
Yeah.
can give you ideas of things you
Yeah.
want to do.
Mhm.
And then you need to set goals. Like procrastination is not helping you, going to help you in this area. Develop a routine. If you find an interest, something that you want to do, you have to make time to do it.
Mhm.
So you plan your day and your week. Like, investing in yourself, like you have to value yourself. You need to place enough value on yourself to know that it's an important thing to do.
It's
And it
investment.
starts from the mind.
Yeah.
It starts from the mind. I mean, you have to read books or find something that will help you get where you want to go. If you want to change, you make a way to make that change.
Mm.
So,
Yeah. Until at times I can be bored and I will just get up and say, you know what, I'm going for a walk.
mhm,
And if I'm walking, I realize there's other people that are actually like me and just wanted to take a walk and I'm walking.
mhm, mhm.
I did that until somebody said, "Oh, when the weather is cold, I take the field." I was
You take
field.
the
It
what?
was. She said when the weather is cold, she takes instead of walking outside because when it's very very cold, you can't walk outside. She was like, "I
Mhm.
take the track." So I was tracks.
Track?
So when she said tracks, I was
What does she mean by track?
walking tracks. We have at
Sorry.
here we have a Dow Center that have the tracks. So there's a
Okay.
working part. It's a gym. It's a whole
Oh, okay, okay.
recreational center that have a working tracks that you can.
Oh, yeah, we have one. Clairview has one too. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So I was, oh, really? So you see, I have no idea until I met her, and then we just exchange a few,
Yeah.
oh, the weather,
Yeah.
and then you're okay. So do you take the tracks? I was thinking the track. Oh, just, yeah, just pay
Yeah.
$1 or two and take a track out. Oh, awesome. And funny
Yeah.
enough, Dow Center was just right across my tree. I only take my children there to play without thinking that there's something there for
Paying
even me to
attention.
do
Mhm.
until she said that. So
Yeah.
you see, and since I got to know about it, I also ended up introducing people. Oh, are you taking the track today? Now I
See?
have working mates over there that
Yeah.
I go
Yeah.
there, just pay $1, get my wristwatch, and then just get on the field. And now
Yeah.
you walk, you get after people see. So just for you not to be too
That's
bored
that's
and
just
catch up
like
into your
I
business.
discovered it because of my oldest daughter because she also used to go to the gym occasionally. She goes, "Oh, mom, there's tracks there." So I think
Uh-huh.
I followed her there, and I made up my mind to continue go every once in a while. But then COVID
Yeah.
and all this stuff came, so I stopped going. So
Uh-huh.
it's just exploring your environment,
Exactly.
and
Uh-huh.
you
Then
know.
you see around, you see that there is so different things that you don't know. But if you just
Mhm.
say, "Oh, let me just come back in and sleep," the system is like that. You just go back and sleep without you not doing anything in addition to you just going to work and coming back.
Coming
And if
home.
that's the way you want it, you just be doing the same. You find yourself doing the same thing over and over, and it's very
Yeah.
tiring and very boring at the same time.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mm,
Yeah.
mhm,
So, like we've been saying a lot of these things, like when I was saying that, you have to find something new or do something new. For me, the new thing is that I realized that, oh, okay, let me write a book. And when the one of the things said, find a side hustle, I said, my side hustle is web talk. I
mhm.
can't go, I'm not going to be the one who's be standing in Walmart being the Walmart greeter because somebody will come and be rude to you and say something, and I'll say something back, and I'll be fired on the spot. But because I like writing, and what talk says, hey, create content, that's not a difficult thing for me. I'll write or shoot some videos, and so some of the things I said when I was back home in Ghana, you're under your parents' authority. You don't even think of, oh, let me travel to this country, let me travel to that country. So I've been doing my Africa piece on Web Talk every day. I pick a capital of a country, I find a video, and I find a little history or whatever. And I'm educating myself to that. Oh, wow. Because the thing is, the mentality of people around the world, everything in Africa is bad.
Very
In
little.
this is
Very
that.
little.
So see these nice buildings, and there's the slums there too. But I'm saying this is also there. So some of these places, you look at it, it looks like any place in the Western world.
Yes.
So
Beautiful.
that's the education that I'm giving. I myself am learning a lot, and I
And
even
at the
one
same
of
time
the
doing
things
it.
that I did, I said I've traveled more since I came out of Ghana than if when I lived in Ghana.
Yes.
So these African countries, I'm educating myself. Then I started one, oh, Canada. I'm doing Canadian capitals, capitals of provinces and territories. And when I'm finished, that I'll do the other big city. But it's all just for me. I like geography, so those things interest me. So
That's
it's
good.
just something new to do,
Yes,
and
that's
if
good.
you're getting paid for it, hey, I'm not.
Exactly.
I can't sell a product. I don't know how to go and hey,
How
come
to
and
say, yeah.
hey, come and buy that. But
Mm-hmm.
if I can use my writing and be creating, it's not a big,
Yes,
it when you're
not a
starting,
big.
oh,
Yeah.
this, but when you get it down pat, you go, oh, wow, it's not too bad. And I enjoy it. And you meet a community of people, it's different. I haven't met any insults yet.
Which is very good. Many you on the side that have positive thinkers and not just let's
Yes.
throw words at each other and
Yes,
go.
yes.
Yeah.
It's and there's it's a different environment because you can when your contacts you can put them in personal like family group, acquaintances or professionals. So like how we hear these horror stories of things people did on Facebook and it's caught up with them at work. In this platform, anybody I work with, you'd be in my professional group, so you wouldn't know what I'm sharing on the personal side
Exactly.
and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. So these are some of the things, right? And
Mm-hmm.
for me, as a person, like if I want to do these side hustles, it will be based on something that I'm using my writing to do. You can be doing something else. You can be sewing, you can be knitting, you can be whatever, but do something else with yourself. Do
Mm-hmm.
something else with yourself other than sit down and be bored and not growing. So I'm going to read you a quote that I saw because when I saw this quote, I started laughing because I said, Mama Joe will relate. So there's this lady, right? Her name
I
is
love quotes.
Nellie Galan. She wrote a book called Self Made. And
Okay.
so she's saying that investing in yourself means you stop drifting through life. So she also used that same term that I used in the book. Waiting for things to happen and
Yes.
instead take concrete actions that bring you closer to your best self. And she said,
Mm-hmm.
when you choose yourself, this is what I like. She said, when you choose yourself, people will notice you and they will choose you over and over again. If
Exactly.
you put value on yourself,
Yeah. You
people
do
will
you
value
first.
you. But we
Yes.
don't spend time doing that in our community.
Yes.
When people are building themselves up and they've grown to a certain point, we look at them and we say they are uppity, they are
and
snooty.
and we find something wrong to say about them, not seeing the
Yes.
brighter side of it but just the negative side of it, you
Mhm.
know. When did we say negativity is just too too much and we shouldn't just dwell on it, you know.
Yeah.
We just have
Yeah.
to find a way to do our do we first, do you first, do
Yeah.
you in a good way. I
Hmm.
think some people are also trying to do themselves, but they are doing it in a bad way.
Hmm.
We want us to be done in a good way, in a good
Hmm.
way along with you, that is bringing you joy, that is
Hmm.
bringing a different portion out of you which you are accepting, rather
Yes.
than doing yourself in the wrong way where you
Hmm.
ended up not liking. It have to be part that you will like.
Hmm.
Well, we accept it. It's not everybody that want to be friendly and be going to community gatherings. Yes,
Again,
as I'm saying
no.
it. Yeah, not everybody want that. I understand that. But then, if you don't want that, and there's another way for you to do it, for example, you going to a recreational center and taking a walk. If you don't want to talk to anybody, at least you are doing that for yourself.
Yes. You don't
Yeah.
need to, but then people are friendly to Amado. So if people say hello to you, are you not going to say hello
Well,
back?
it's up to you. If you don't want to say hello, fine. People don't get
But
it
you
wrong
get what
that
I mean. It's a
yeah,
community. So somebody might say, oh, hello.
yeah. I'm
It's
just
like
saying,
yesterday we
some
were
people
going for a
just
walk, right?
no,
We're going
yeah.
for a walk around the lake over here. And a lady was walking her dog, and so somebody yelled to her from a house. She probably knows them. So we're on the opposite side of the street. She just, oh, hi, waves at us. She's just being friendly. So we said, oh, hello. And then we kept walking.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you? That's what I mean. If somebody, for me, what I know is like based on etiquette, you
You
sociable
have
being,
to
you
respond.
live in a
Yeah,
social world. If somebody greets you, you answer
you
back.
have to. Yeah,
There's no reason to be snobbing people. You don't know them. They're just saying
you
hello.
You know, Auntie, yeah, the only thing I carry from Ghana with me when I came, and which I did until this day that I have children, I'm still doing, is biking.
Mm-hmm.
Because I used to buy as soon as I came here. I think the first thing I bought, apart from my home stuff, the first
Mm-hmm.
thing I bought in addition to me was a bike, and it was a used bike. So I pay. I think I pay. It was a garage sale. I think I paid $30 for it. So the weather was good, and I was happy cycling around and all that. And I was just loving it because for the first time in my life, I see a lot of women, girls, I mean, cycling with me. I wasn't left alone anymore because back home, I'm only cycling at my father's compound where nobody is doing that with me. But I will circle and get tired and throw the bike away. And because I realized because I wasn't getting anybody cycling with me, I didn't see, as much as it was something that I love, I didn't see the joy part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But getting to Canada and seeing that, oh, once the weather is good, lot on their
Normal.
bike. I bought my bike, and then you know what happened? I circle it. I told you I used to live in Charlebourg in Quebec City, where I
Mm-hmm.
was very far from the grocery shop and with the bus stop and everything. So I circled to the grocery shop on my way, and I got there. It's a garage sale bike, so it doesn't have a lock on it. Not knowing you need a lock if you park it at where I park it. So I park it without having a lock. I got into the grocery shop. On my way back, my bike was in there. I look, oh, my bag was nowhere to be found. And then I
Obi
was,
afa de ko.
Obia from me back, like really? All right then. So I look around, I look through the bikes over there, and I realized there was another one over there that did not even have a lock. So I also jump on it,
Oh my.
and I was gone. That one turned to be the better bike than mine. So it actually lasted me for a very long time. When I moved from Quebec City to Montreal, I came with that bike. And that was
Mm.
what I used to get. So one afternoon I was today, I will bike through the prison yard. I took the bike before I realized I was driving onto somebody, a certain lady said, hey, are you a member of the club? I was, club. What club? The
A
cycling
club?
club. Yeah, there was a cycling club. I was
Mm-hmm.
really, yeah, we meet here, we gather here, and then we take the field. We bring something to share and all that. So she gave me a coke. She was speaking French back then until she realized that I speak English. So we turned into English and then we started talking. She introduced me to the group. It was a whole lot, both old men, young and
Yeah,
old,
yeah,
just cycling for fun. It was
yeah,
something that I did, and it stayed with me even though when I move I
yeah.
move around
But
and I
this
realize
is the thing.
there is no biking club, but I still get a chance to bike with
Mm-hmm.
my children and all that, which is, so
Yeah,
once you get yourself out there, yeah.
there's all kinds of groups around, even like meetup groups. If you Google
Uh-huh,
meetup groups, there's
uh-huh.
different things that people do. So if you are
Yes.
interested, you can go join them. Even I remember like this French, a lady at work, she's French Canadian. She suggested, oh, join a meetup group. But I think I connected with one or two. But anytime that I wanted to go for the coffee, something happened and I wasn't
And then
able
you
to.
okay.
We
Okay.
can't like limit ourselves. We have
Yes.
to
Mm-hmm.
expand ourselves. Like even we are in a community and we don't even know how to go out and relate with people outside
Yes.
of the community.
Yes.
Ɛtɔ baabi kɔ a kasa a yɛne wɔn bɛka no nti no, we've restricted ourselves, but it's not helping us. Like what you were saying about your children, you take you see, when we are talking about some of these things, you are doing it for your children. If you break in and you teach your child that, oh, hey, there's this here, there's that there, they know that, oh, there's recreation, I can go do this, I can go do that. But if all you teach them is that you're just on a Saturday, you have people over and why are ben quining, why, and then kids should be seen and not heard, with no activity for them, no outlets, no, you don't have time to put them in some sports, but you are put on your cloth and you are going to a funeral or going to this or that. We need to expose ourselves more and more. Some
Yeah.
of us we haven't,
Mhm.
but even by virtue of us only almost interacting with people in the workplace, rubbing shoulders with people. You see, there's something investing in yourself means developing social skills too.
Everything's
Social
around you.
skills.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
How you interact with people in the community,
Yes.
how like you've got to, even for yourself, you've got to learn how to speak up for yourself, because sometimes if you go into these public places to ask for information, and just by mere fact of not being able to articulate or tell people what you want can become a problem for you. So
Exactly. And
investing in
talking of
yourself
even
involves a whole lot.
we are only being afraid of the language barrier. But if you get out there and try to express yourself, you realize that
People will
it's not,
understand you.
yeah, it's, you realize that it's not as it is where people would be bashing you. It's as it is somebody will just be encouraging you and being ready to listen to you. There's one thing that I got out from here. I realized that as soon as you open your mouth to talk, just for them to encourage you, they will say, I like your accent. They may not probably them. I to me, I think that they just say that just to hear you say something more, not because they really like it, but just to
Mhm,
give you the encourage for you to say
mhm,
whatever you want to say. So we should
mhm.
stop being afraid or just saying, "Oh, me kwa minti or masinti." I will not. I think
Yeah,
we.
it's the point about it is right. We come with a chip on our shoulders because
Mhm.
Ghana, for yeah, no, we laugh at each other. So being Cabrofu, you're being yes, people don't want to express themselves. But you have to know that you are not the only person in the system.
We are
There's
not more
other
than.
people in the system, and they are even getting by. Hello, Nana, go say go. Hello. There are other people in the system, and they are getting by with whatever they know, and they
Thank
are
you.
talking and expressing themselves, and you are sitting here thinking in your mind that, oh, this is what it is. No, get out there and interact and learn something new.
Yes.
So that's about it. That's about investing in yourself. Nurture your
Yes,
mind.
no, no, that's what they do. Just for them to, just for you not to feel discouraged, they will just pretend to say, "Oh, I like your accent," and then you say,
Oh
"Oh,
yeah, well,
really?"
you
Just for
see,
you to say
there's the
something
other side
more.
of it too. There's the other side of it. Some may just say that too, but there's the other side of it. But for me, what I usually tell them when it's coming from that other negative side from them, I just say, "Oh, accent." I say, "You have an accent too. Accent is relative. Relative to me, you have an accent. We don't all talk the same way." And then
That's
they'll
pretty
go,
good.
"Oh yeah, you're
I
right.
normally say, I don't necessarily have to sound like you, because
Yeah."
I have starting for the past 3 years with this school's job. The children, I find that the children can be very pretending and just say, "Oh, I don't understand. What are you saying?" Some of them are very rude and a little sarcastic. They will say,
Yeah.
"We don't." I would say, "Try and be quiet." I will speak as slow as I can, but you don't expect me to sound like you.
Mhm.
We don't sound the same. It's something that I tell the children all the time. Most of the teachers, substitute teachers, find it so hard when the children are bashing them. I'll just say, it's not forced. Tell them it's not forced for you to sound like them. You were not born here, and it wasn't your language. You learned it, so they should respect that. And if you tell them like that, you realize you grab their attention. They have nothing more
Mhm.
to say. You go ahead
Mhm.
and say whatever you want to say and go your way.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's you who's carrying you. Your confidence level is very important here.
It's
Because
wow.
if you're going to feel bad about these things, then people will, of course, use it.
Well, I have seen multiple of, well, professional teachers even crying just because of how the children treat them. I'll just say, "Hey, teacher, do your thing and go." Some of them take it very, very personal. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, some take it very, very personally. Well, but
Is
children
this
is children.
elementary school
Well,
or
both elementaries and high schools. I used to serve everywhere, so it doesn't matter where my schedule is taking me. I'm just going. I just get up
Mhm.
and I'm going, which I enjoy because when I got a contract for the Jane Forestry crew that I was there, it was more even boring because I found myself staying at one place and not seeing different things.
Mhm.
But if you are serving, you are just all over the place. So you get up and you are going. You are not at the same place all the time. That's the fun part of it. Yeah.
Mhm. I should tell Adjoa to come and talk to you. Mm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
let's
we've
try
been
and do
talking about,
it.
if you don't know, well, where, yeah, it can be personal. You see it as personal. Hey, your shorthanded, yeah, I'm not understanding. Then I have to, oh yeah, okay, I get what you mean. So we're talking about investing in yourself, taking the time to grow yourself as a person, and it it's not a risk. Some may take it as a risk, but if investing in yourself, it always pays off because you become a better person by growing your mind. I know that we don't tend to like to read, or we are too busy to read, but a lot of the stuff that can benefit us and help us to grow in whichever area we want to grow can be found in books or magazines or what have you. And you need to explore your creative side, where I said you can learn a language, write a book or do something. You can take up a new hobby, bird watching. Yeah, bird watching, photography. All examples, you know and then do something new, like take up a new activity, drawing, sculpting. Also nurture your body and mind, make time to exercise or even meditate, play some calming music and sit quietly and reflect, go for a massage, do all kinds of things. Self-care is also important. Go to workshops and networking events. Whatever your interest might be, find events to go to, boost your health and wellness. And then you may want to find a mentor to mentor you in whatever area that you are in. And it's necessary to, I said, read, read, read. I'll keep saying that. PDFdrive.net, free books, download. Anything you want is there. Visit positive website. Get rid of toxic relationship with friends. Set goals for yourself. Don't
Yes.
procrastinate. Procrastination will not help you in this area. If you want to invest in yourself, the time to start it is now, not 10 years to come, 10 years in the future. No, you start now. Little steps. Practice gratitude. Develop a routine. You know. So, any more before we wrap up?
Well, yeah. If we take our time to invest in ourselves, we realize that we haven't done anything wrong at all. It's a progress, and all we are all seeking for is a success and a progress in our life.
Mhm.
Our progression in our life shouldn't necessarily be, oh, I want money, money. It should be other areas that comes with that,
Mhm.
or that comes along with that.
Yes.
When you read all those about all those rich people, as much as it's about money, money, they still find time to do it themselves, treat themselves well, because
Yes.
by the end of the day, you need a good health and a good life to enjoy that money.
Mhm.
So put too much of let's stop being too hard. I normally put it as we are being too hard on ourselves, and we don't see other things apart from that. So let's stop being too hard on ourselves.
We're working ourselves to the bone, right? Go- Working ourselves to the bone, 2 jobs, 3 jobs, killing yourself because of back home, back home. Sometimes, what about you? What about your children?
Yes.
What about your future, your own future? I mean, I know some of us want to go and settle back home, so we have to take care of that, but still have a broader focus, right? Invest in yourself. It's never too late. It's never, never too late.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Get yourself involved one way or the other, whichever
Yes,
way.
yes. Don't be stuck in just the community. Look, don't just get yourself stuck in the one thing. All you know is your community. Get
Where
out
have you
there.
been this month? Where
Hello?
are you?
You've gone dark. Are you there? So expand your horizon, expand your circles. Try to get to know
Okay.
other people. Hello. Oh, what are you sorry about? Nanako say, don't worry. We are good. So, yeah, we've said it all. So that's all about investing
Yes,
in
baby.
yourself. Make time for yourself.
Me
Learn
wahaba
something new.
who him fan? Did that happen at
Hmm?
our airport?
Who are you talking to? Are you talking to somebody else, Mama Joe?
Okay, let me call
Yeah.
you in a bit, please. In a minute. Okay.
Mr. G, Mr. G, I did that today. You know how the muscles were so tight and tense? Yes, you are right. We said that. We said that we need to take time and take care of ourselves, mind and body wellness. Some of us, it's a
Yes, Miss.
juma, work, weekend crowd will take shift. No, no. Sometimes you need to just take a step back, go for a drive somewhere, you know. We used to go and just do these little drives and Smoky Lake, Athabasca, wherever. Just, take a break. It's tiring driving, but when you get there, you are in a different environment. You breathe some fresh air, and then you come back. Make time for yourself. Invest in
Yes.
yourself. Don't sit there and always regret. Don't live with regret. Oh, I should have done this. I could have done this. I would have done this. Just do it. Just do it. I always say just do it because there are a lot of things that will stop us from making progress in life. And the worst thing is human opinion, people's opinion. That is it has stopped. Oh,
That's a hard one.
yeah, because it's so rough. You have to, you are always in a rush, but take time and just sit quietly. Do you
Yeah.
even have the time to even sit quietly? Yeah. So anyway, just a short message to encourage somebody out there. So
Yeah.
we'll wrap it up. Any closing comments?
We should just take our times and invest a little on us. Let's spend a little
Mhm,
on us too. It will go a long way. Let's do
mhm.
it. Find a way to do it. If you don't know how to do it, then learn it. Or take some of the instructions that we just talk about now and put it into practice. It will come a long way with you. Nothing
Yes.
I will end up there. Yeah.
Mhm. So with that, going forward, just make time for yourself. Just pause. Sometimes you need to pause and reflect on where you are at. And oh, you're welcome, Mr. G. Reflect on where you are at and where you want to go and take those little steps. Be good to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Even if it means, Mr. G, sometimes put your feet up, get your coffee or tea or whatever it is, and 5 minutes to yourself. Breathe. Take it, relax. Take it easy. So
Yes.
we've said a lot. So if you came in the middle, you can always go back to the beginning and listen to it in its entirety. And
Let's
anybody
love
can
ourselves
yeah,
just a little. Love yourself just a little bit. Just a little.
exactly. Yes. So we're going to end here, but on Saturday we have a book live on at 9:30. Book chat, reflections for a thirsty soul, and then what do you call it? Sunday evening. Mr. G, we didn't see you last Sunday, so I hope you can make it this Sunday. Sunday evening, we'll be back with the ladies to talk. We're continuing with honoring yourself, but this time we're discussing friendship and how friendship impact your ability to honor yourself. So
Hey, Auntie,
I
yeah,
hope
that
you
was
all
the
look
topic I
forward to
wanted
that.
to bring to the table. How did you read my mind?
Sorry,
That was the topic I wanted to send to you for us to discuss, and then you just wrap
today.
it up.
Well, it's in the book. We did relationships first, and we did
Right.
self. So
So
this
okay, so
the
yeah,
friendships the last
okay,
piece.
okay.
And
I was
women, we have a
putting some
whole
topics
baggage
down.
in there, so it will be an
Yeah,
interesting discussion.
yeah.
So,
That'll be
okay,
good.
take care.
Take
Nana
care.
Kose,
Bye bye.
Mr. G, and anybody else. Thank you. God
Bye.
bless
Thanks
you
for
all.
joining
Take care,
us.
okay? Good night. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Good night. Yeah.
See you. Good night. Thank you.